Good morning. Welcome. You're watching CNN News 18 with me, Avantika Singh. And right on top, we're getting in breaking news. The Delhi High Court has said that until the time the hearing happens on the matter, trial court order will be stayed. So that's the big news coming in. The Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, in fact, has already gotten bail in the excise policy case. But we're getting to hear from the Delhi High Court, which has said that till the time the hearing is on in the matter, the trial court order will be stayed. I'm going to get some more details. This is coming after Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of the National Capital, received bail in the excise revenue case when the Delhi Rouse Avenue Court granted bail to him on a bond of 1 lakh rupees in the money laundering case related to the alleged excise policy case. The court also declined the Enforcement Directorate's request, their prayer to stay the Aam Aadmi Party's leader bail order for 48 hours. And now the news that is coming in is that the High Court has said that till the time the hearing is going on in the matter, the trial court order will be stayed. Yash is joining us now for the very latest. Yash, just explain this to us. What is the direction coming in from the High Court?
So basically what happens is till the court is actually hearing this matter, the entire proceedings will be on the hold, which means what the trial court has said, the order of the trial court will be on stay. So it means that as of now, the order which was passed by the Rouse Avenue Court yesterday stays. And in fact, till the Delhi High Court actually concludes the hearing in this very matter, the bail proceedings will stop. Basically, the entire process of actually following, which is actually followed to give a person bail, like what happens is, in this very case, the Rouse Avenue Court had said that Arvind Kejriwal has to furnish a personal bail bond of 1 lakh rupees, and in fact then a court order will be going to Tihar. So the entire process will be stayed, and in fact once the hearing is concluded in the Delhi High Court, then only we'll get to know what actually happens with, will Arvind Kejriwal get the bail, or will the Delhi High Court will be putting a stay on the bail order which was passed by the Rouse Avenue Court yesterday.
Okay, all right, stay on with me. Ananya is also joining us. Does that mean that Arvind Kejriwal, Ananya, will not be released as per the directions that were given yesterday when he was granted bail by the High Court?
Well, all of it now remains to be seen. The ball is now in the court of the Delhi High Court. You know, this is a bench headed by Justice Sudhir Kumar Jain, a division bench of the Delhi High Court, 2 judges bench that would be hearing this particular matter. And until unless you know, the Delhi High Court passes an order on this, Arvind Kejriwal cannot come out of the jail. The trial court order will be stayed here. The order cannot be implemented at this particular point of time. You know, this is a big twister in the Liquorgate saga, Avantika, that is coming in. Back-to-back twisters coming in the Liquorgate investigation. First, the Delhi Chief Minister being granted a bail. Next day, the Enforcement Directorate comes before the court, even before, in fact, the detailed order copy could come out. Very clearly, the Enforcement Directorate's, legal team headed by Additional Solicitor General Mr. S.V. Raju pointed out that, we were not given an ample opportunity to actually respond to the arguments of, the Arvind Kejriwal's legal team, and were not even given an opportunity to file written submissions in this particular case. And the court decided the matter without, giving full opportunity to the public prosecutor is what was alleged. And the Delhi High Court has now stayed the order until and unless it hears the matter for a final hearing, final leg. Now, what would be interesting to see is whether or not the Delhi High Court stays this particular order, and when the detailed order copy comes out, what were the reasonings why the court felt that, the bail should be granted to the Delhi Chief Minister. Also, one more important thing that would be very, very clear from this order is whether or not the rigors of Section 45 under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 have been dealt with or not, the triple test of bail has been applied or not, and what are the reasonings why Arvind Kejriwal has been granted a bail by the trial court, why the court felt that, bail can be granted, and most importantly, the conditions on which Mr. Kejriwal has been granted bail. All of that would only be clear when the trial court's detailed order comes up, and not only comes up before, in fact, the lawyers and us, but also before the Delhi High Court, and how the Delhi High Court...
So very quickly, when is that order likely to come? Because, which means he has to remain in jail till the trial court order is out.
Well, definitely, not only till the trial court order is out, but until the Delhi High Court actually hears this particular matter, Arvind Kejriwal will have to stay inside the jail at this particular point of time. But the order we expect is to come out in the next few minutes, as the court has called for the files, and when the files would be called, this order would also be with the Delhi High Court. So we'll have to wait for the detailed order copy to come out and to see as to what are the reasonings, whether Section 45 of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, that is the PMLA, have been dealt with or not, the conditions on which Mr. Kejriwal has been granted bail, and also what the Delhi High Court feels about this order, whether it feels that there is some errors in this particular order, because the Enforcement Directorate has constantly alleged that they were not given an ample opportunity by the court to argue this particular matter, and they were not given an opportunity to file written submissions as well.
Okay, but Yash, this is a big setback in a sense, because the ruling had buoyed a beleaguered Aam Aadmi Party who had been hoping to welcome Arvind Kejriwal. He was expected to be released by 8 p.m. Today after the jail formalities were completed. But what is the latest that you're getting to hear from the Aam Aadmi Party on this latest bit of news that has come in with the trial court order that is still awaited?
See, the entire camp of the Aam Aadmi Party was absolutely elated by this order of the Rouse Avenue Court. But now, since the hold has come, in fact, we spoke to some of the leaders early in the morning, and they have to say that this was all political vindication. And we knew that if things were going as per the process, today by 8 p.m, Arvind Kejriwal will be out once again out of the Tihar jail. And in fact, then also a big show of strength was actually organized by the Aam Aadmi Party to put across that one message only, that how he has been implicated falsely in this entire case, and in fact there is no money trail, there is no corruption which has taken place. But now this is actually some sort of a temporary setback to the Aam Aadmi Party, because we know the Delhi High Court has categorically stated that till they concludes the matter, till the hearing concludes in the Delhi High Court, there will be a stay on the order passed by the Rouse Avenue Court. And in fact that is why now we could expect that the morals could be actually a little bit tad bit down for the Aam Aadmi Party cadre, because they were expecting that their leader could actually walk out today by 8 p.m. But now we have to wait and watch exactly what transpires in the Delhi High Court, because now, like my colleague Ananya also mentioned, yesterday the arguments were very clear by the ASG that they were not given ample amount to argue before the court against the arguments which were made by Arvind Kejriwal counsels. Because politically speaking, it is very significant for the Aam Aadmi Party,
Yes,
because we know the kind of results which they have seen recently in the Lok Sabha. So they needed this kind of a push right now when it comes to Arvind Kejriwal's release from the Tihar jail.
Interesting. So, Ananya, just for the benefit of our viewers who have tuned in, Arvind Kejriwal got bail in a huge release from the Delhi Rouse Avenue Court. Is that right? Then the Enforcement Directorate immediately approached the Delhi High Court, which means that the order has been stayed till the time the High Court now hears the case, and it's now dependent on the High Court. The ball is in the High Court's domain to grant him bail or not. Am I right?
Well, definitely, Avantika, the bail was granted by the Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court. This was special CBI judge on duty, Nyay Bindu, who had granted bail to the Delhi Chief Minister in this particular case. And later, the Enforcement Directorate made a quick move to move the Delhi High Court, make a mentioning before the vacation bench of the Delhi High Court. And now the Delhi High Court has said that until and unless, it hears this particular matter, until and unless it hears both these sides, the orders of the Delhi High Court would not be, of the Rouse Avenue Court, would not be operational. The High Court, the trial court's order is into abeyance until and unless the Delhi High Court hears the matter. So, in the next few minutes, in the next few hours, in fact, we'll get to know as to whether or not the Delhi Chief Minister would be able to walk out of the Tihar jail or not. So, very clearly and categorically now, the ball is in the court of the Delhi High Court. What would happen, whether or not there would be a stay or not, whether, Arvind Kejriwal would be able to walk free, is something that we'll have to wait and watch for the next few minutes and hours.
This is big news coming in. Enforcement Directorate approaching the Delhi High Court against the trial court's order that granted bail to the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. But now we're getting to hear that the matter still remains to be heard. The ball is in the High Court's court because the Delhi High Court now has to hear. Yash, what are you hearing from the Aam Aadmi Party? Any reaction so far? They had been extremely enthused with the news of his bail being granted. But now comes this twist, as Ananya was pointing out, that he will have to remain in jail till the matter is heard in the High Court.
Well, Avantika, we are standing outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence and a lot of leaders are still inside. And in fact, when they went inside the residence, we spoke to them about how the cadre is preparing. And in fact, they were all elated. All preparations were done actually because they knew the leader is coming out and the kind of push it's going to give. In few minutes, perhaps from now, we could expect a reaction or an official reaction from the Aam Aadmi Party because they were also prepared because ED had yesterday only mentioned that they will be moving to the Delhi High Court. They were just waiting